Welcome to 2019 interview program.
We have many community member interviews for you to enjoy
On the show.
What do you do as a school community member?
So, as a school committee member, we set rules for all of the schools. So, one that's a good example for you guys would be maybe how much recess time you get. When you go outside for recess, we have to determine how much time you guys get to go outside so we can set up so you can do learning for the rest of the day. And we also help be on committees that help hire people, like hire the new principals at Beaver Brook and things like that. By the way, I'm Mr. Chris Coyle. What's your name?
Aiden.
Nice to meet you.
What do you do at work?
So at work, when I'm not with the school committee, I work with numbers for a bank. And I help do reports that just generate numbers. A lot of boring stuff with computers. My most fun stuff is doing the school committee stuff because it helps a lot of kids and teachers out all in Abington.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to watch the Red Sox, hang out with my kids. I have 2 kids, Nicholas and Nora, and we do stuff with our family. And this past weekend, we were very busy with something that I think you might get to in another question, so I'll wait on that. But I enjoy hanging out with my family and friends and having fun. Okay? How about you? What do you like to do in your spare time?
Hang with my family and play with my brother and sister.
Cool.
Do you coach a baseball team?
I do. I do coach a baseball team. Do you know which baseball team I might coach? Are you on the baseball team I might coach right now? So yes, I help coach the Abington 9-year-old travel team, and which you are on, along with some other people I saw. And I coached during the season the team Nicholas was on, and I help coach Nora's stuff for basketball and softball. So I'm busy with that usually. That's a lot of my spare time too, but I save that answer for that. Do you like playing baseball? Yeah. What's your favorite position? But I know.
Catcher.
I knew that. Are you having fun this season? Yeah. Think we're going to keep winning? Maybe. How, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
So you're going into 3rd grade, so new school. Are you excited to go to Woodsdale? Yeah. Do you know anything about it? Do you know who the principal is at Woodsdale?
Schaefer? No,
Nope.
that's the...
He wishes he was the principal. A lot less responsibility.
Mr.
Hawes.
Hawes?
Mr. Hawes is the principal. He's a really nice guy. You'll like him a lot, I think. My son went to Woodsdale last year. Nicholas will be in 4th grade this year, but he likes Woodsdale a lot. So I think you have a lot to look forward to. New school and new fun stuff. Okay. Does
Nicholas play with his friends a lot?
He does. When he doesn't have stuff, he comes to the summer he's in the summer school program too, and then he goes to Eager Beaver after that for a couple hours. So when we don't have a game, he likes to go out and play with his friends a lot. But we were pretty busy this past weekend. Mm-hmm. I think you were too, huh? So that took up some of it, but he does like to go play with his friends. We have a lot of friends that live in our neighborhood, so he likes to play with them a lot of times.
So thank you for our questions.
No problem. Thank you for having me. I loved it. I love this program. I think it's fantastic. Miss Whitman, keep up the great work that you're doing, and thank you guys very much.
Ryan?
You're Ryan?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, what grade are you in?
2nd grade.
I think you just finished 2nd grade, right? You're gonna go into 3rd grade, right? That's exciting. And how's your summer going? You having a good summer?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, if you could do, so what did you do this summer that was fun?
was great. Great.
What thing can you think of that was the best thing you've done so far? What if you could do another thing over this summer, what would it be?
I don't know. I don't want to do a microphone.
Did you go on any trips? Where'd you go?
Trampoline park?
You went to a trampoline park?
Yeah.
That sounds kind of exciting.
Mm-hmm.
And where was that? Far away or nearby?
Nearby.
Nearby. And I'm going to ask you a really silly question. You ready for my really silly question? Ready? What did you do at the trampoline park?
I don't like dodgeball.
You played dodgeball at the trampoline park?
Yeah, but I don't like it.
Did you do any bouncing at the trampoline park?
Yep.
Yeah. All kinds of trampolines or just one big trampoline?
What?
Were there lots of trampolines or just one trampoline?
Trampolines.
Many?
Yeah.
And who'd you go with?
The campers.
Cool. And now you're going to have to think of a question to ask me. What do you think about that? Now there's questions here you could ask me, or you could come up with one. Want to ask me one of the questions from the piece of paper? Right on the page? Or do you want to make one up?
What?
Do you want to make up a question, or do you want to ask me one from the paper?
Need one for the paper.
Well, go ahead. I am ready. I'm going to try to do my best on anything you ask me. There's one right at the top, right there. See it?
Tell me about your job.
Well, my job, my name is Mr. Schaefer, and my job as the superintendent of schools is to try to make sure that everybody has what they need so that you can have a good day and things run smoothly.
Okay.
So it sounds silly, but the transportation, the food, the people that get to work with you, the books, the computers,
Yeah.
all that stuff.
Yeah.
Even though it's summer, we work to do stuff so that you can come to school on a day like today, which is not, it's a rainy day, it's not a bad day to be in school, right?
Yeah.
Unless you're at a trampoline park.
Yeah.
My job is to help to make sure all that stuff runs the right way. Want to ask me the next question? Or do you want to make one up?
What?
Do you want to ask me the next question on the paper, or do you want to try to make one up? It's
Make
up to you.
one.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. Okay.
I'll do my best.
Okay.
What should I'm ready. I'm thinking. I'm already thinking. I don't even know what the question is.
What do you like the most about my job?
I like seeing things go well. I gotta be honest. When things don't go well,
To be honest.
yeah, to be honest. Like when things go really well and kids have a good day, like graduations and concerts.
Yep, and what do you do in your spare time?
So
Very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
you're funny because I have to answer the question, then you can tell me it was interesting. But because it may not be that interesting, you may not think it's interesting.
I'm done.
And my wife and I are usually either with them, and if we're not with them, I actually just got a new sea kayak. Not a sea kayak, just a kayak. And I paddle
Okay,
around
can I read it now?
in the water. Now you can read it.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Very interesting. Thank you
It
for
wasn't-
coming today.
It wasn't that interesting though, was it? No, you're interesting, and the kids here are interesting and fun to work with. So, thank you for interviewing me. You did a great job.
Can I see the camera? Hi, my name is Veronica. I have a few questions for you.
Veronica,
What's your name?
My name is Miss Amy. Well, the kids at the library call me Miss Amy. Yeah.
First question, tell me about your job.
So I am the children's and teen librarian at the Abington Public Library. So during the day, I put together library programs for babies and toddlers and preschoolers. We read stories and sing songs. And then when the middle schoolers come in after school, we'll either do programs then, or I help people find books and suggest books and help them with pretty much anything they need when they come into the library.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to run outside. I like to do a lot of activities like yoga and walking. I have started to do ballroom dancing, so that's really fun. And of course, I like to read. Yeah.
So do you have any pets?
I do not have any pets, and that's kind of a bummer. I used to have a dog when I was little, and her name was Maggie, and she was a Springer Spaniel, and she was great. But right now I don't have any pets because my apartment is just a little bit too small. But hopefully someday.
So what is your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day is, well, I really like the early morning time because I like to get up really early and exercise in the morning. And then, I don't know, I like coming to work in the morning first thing. That's usually when I have programs with the little kids, and I like to see them first thing in the morning as well.
What is your... Very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
Well, thank you for having me, Veronica.
Do you have any questions?
Where did you get your unicorn headband?
Walmart.
Well, I'm gonna have to go there. What's your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day is recess, math, and morning work.
That's an excellent answer. Love recess. Yeah. And what do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I do reading accounts to get more points.
Excellent. Do you like to read?
Yeah.
Nice. And do you have any pets?
Yeah, 2 cats, and then Kiki and Scrapper, and a couple fish.
Nice. Nice. Those are all my questions.
Hi, my name is Jacob.
Hi, my name's Veronica.
Hi, my name's Jack.
My name is John. Good morning.
I have a few questions for you. What is your day like at the rink?
Well, skating rinks never close because the ice always has to be kept cold. So every morning you come in, check to make sure you have ice out there, because if you don't have ice, you can't play hockey. And basically, as the day goes on, we maintain the facility. We use the Zamboni to make the ice to let figure skaters, ice hockey players, recreational skaters enjoy the facility. And at nighttime, it's more of the same thing. We have youth hockey players like yourself, and we also have adult players that come in later on at night. So basically, that's what we do every day at Rockland Ice.
I have a few questions for you too. Tell me about your job.
Well, my job, I'm pretty lucky because I get to work with my family, and I get to work very close from home. A lot of people have to commute, have a long drive in traffic. It takes me 5 minutes to get to work, which is very nice. And actually, when I was in 2nd grade and they asked what you wanted to be when you grew up, I said a rink manager, which is a little odd, but I think I'm on track to maybe fulfill that dream.
In what's
That's position.
position do you like to play?
In hockey, I still play hockey with all the old men, and I play left defense because I shoot left-handed, which is kind of weird because I do everything else right-handed. So I'm a defenseman. Growing up, I played both. I played forward and D, but now it's left D pretty much all the time.
How long have you been playing hockey?
I've been playing hockey since I was about 4 or 5 years old. I played pretty consistently up until I graduated high school, and then I would play with my friends, pick up, and then I played men's league for a year after I graduated college. But I actually haven't skated in about a year and a half. Just feels kind of weird because I go to a rink every single day.
Do you have any pets?
Yes, I have 2 pets. I have a dog named Susie, who's about 12 years old, and I have a cat named Bob.
I have a dog, and he's 12 years old too.
Oh, okay.
Did you win your first game?
Honestly, I don't know if I could tell you. It was a very long time ago, but I wasn't very good when I first started playing. So my guess is that I bet we lost.
What do you do after work?
After work, I usually go to the gym. I play racquetball. I run, and I try to do everything to stay in shape because I'm getting old. I got to keep everything working right. And then I usually come home, pick up the house, as you guys know, right? Picking up the house, and get ready for dinner, and then go to bed.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I do kind of the same thing. I'll go to the gym after work. I've been golfing a lot lately. I'm starting to get a lot better at that because I was pretty bad when I first started. Now I like to hang out with my friends. I like to go to the movies when a nice movie comes out and just have fun.
Very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
You're welcome, Jacob.
What is your most, what is that word?
Memorable?
Member game?
My most memorable game for me is I was in Pee Wee's. I was probably 9 or 10, and I never scored a goal. I played for 3 or 4 years. I never scored a goal, and I scored my first goal in that game. And my whole bench went crazy because they knew I'd never scored before. And I'm pretty sure we still lost, but it was a funny moment.
Very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you. The head? I don't know, I forgot what those are called, honestly.
Headbands.
Headband. Looks good. Matches the whole outfit, the unicorn style.
Mm-hmm.
You guys have anything else for us today?
No.
No?
What team are you called?
I play on, the name of my men's league team is, oh geez, what's it called? I think we're called Rockland Ice Rink. That's the sponsor. My rink is the sponsor, so we don't technically have a nickname.
My dad plays for his work for
Oh,
baseball.
He does play baseball still?
Well, it's not baseball, it's softball.
Softball? No, same thing. Does he like it?
Mm-hmm.
He has a lot of fun?
It plays every Wednesday, so he's playing tomorrow.
Yeah?
He never lost a game.
He's never lost a game? That's pretty
He's the
good.
best.
You go and watch him sometimes?
I usually watch him on the championship if he makes it.
Well, they always make the championship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He always made it to the championship, but he never lost. But he always lost.
Oh, well, that's as long as he's having fun, right? Playing with his teammates and his friends.
Mm-hmm.
That's good news. Now, what made you guys decide to do this? Is this a school project?
Yes,
It is? Were you a little nervous today?
kind of.
Yeah, that's normal. I was a little nervous too, because I haven't done this in a long time.
Same with me. I was wondering if you were nervous because I was kind of nervous, but you guys did very well. Kind of showed us up.
Great questioning,
Yeah.
and very professionally done today.
It's good to do this at a young age too, because when you get older, you'll be talking to people a lot in front of big crowds. If you get it done when you're younger, then you won't worry about it, and everyone else will be worried, and you'll be wondering what they were worried about the whole time.
And like when I was the football team last year, and I was on TV, and my whole team was on it, and I was in the way back. You can't barely see me.
Oh, well, that's okay. What position did you play in football?
I usually played on defense. I played. I forget what it's called.
Did you get the name of the position? How about in baseball? What position did you play in baseball?
I usually play outfield, and I play catcher and mostly right field.
Okay. Now, and you have a game tonight versus Duxbury for your summer league?
And it's a playoff game.
It's a playoff game tonight? Well, best of luck to you and your teammates tonight in the game. Hopefully you guys can bring home the victory.
Hopefully you play too. I don't know how much longer it's gonna rain out.
Yeah, we got to make sure that weather cooperates with us.
On Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I have tournaments.
Tournaments? Where's your tournament this weekend? Do you know?
I forget, but it's like a half hour away.
Half hour away? Okay. You have fun with all your teammates?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you having a fun time this summer? That's great news.
Veronica.
My name is Jacob.
Hi, my name is Grace.
My name is Van Hefner, and I'm a letter carrier in the town of Abington.
And I'm Paul Curtin, and I am the postmaster in the town of Abington.
I have a few questions for you.
I have a few questions for you.
Tell me about your job.
I deliver mail. I actually deliver to this school. I deliver to Jen's house. And I spend about 6 hours on the road delivering mail every day after I set it up and get it ready for delivery.
I have a lot of people that deliver me mail, like a lot of different people.
Yes, there is.
Tell me about your job.
I am the postmaster in Abington, and what that means is that I am in charge of all the mail for the whole city of Abington. And we have 25 employees that work hard every day to deliver the mail to everyone's house. And we also sell stamps and mail packages in Abington.
What do you like most about your job?
Excuse me?
What do you like most about your job?
The people. Getting out and meeting people and working with people.
How many packages do you deliver a day?
On every day, the amount of packages that we deliver every day varies. Some days is busier than others, but most days we deliver about 3,000 packages, and there's 7,000 families in Abington that we deliver to, but there's about 3,000 packages every day, which is a lot.
What do you do? What do you do in your spare time?
In spare time, I study the history of Abington and Rockland. I grew up in Rockland. I like the history.
Do you have any pets?
You know what? I don't have any pets. I have 2 grown children that used to have pets, and they've moved out of the house now, so I don't have any pets at home right now because we travel a lot, and it wouldn't be fair really to the pets to leave them home alone.
Do you have any pets at your work?
At work, I run into a lot of dogs. Some friendly and some not so friendly.
My dog's nice.
Right.
Have you ever went any ambulance or to the hospital?
Actually, personally, I never had to ride in the ambulance, but I did have an employee that was in a bad car accident, and the ambulance had to come because the car hit the back of the mail truck, and the ambulance had to come and bring him to the hospital. But myself, I didn't have to go.
Do you have any pets?
I don't have any pets. My wife grew up in a house with no pets. I grew up in a house where the dog was part of the family.
Thank you for coming today.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Very interesting. very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for asking us.
Thank you for asking us to come by, and we had a lot of fun meeting you guys.
And you like baseball.
I'm on the summer team. I'm for Abington on the summer team. So
Oh, you're on the teams?
And I have a game today.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I hope you get it in with the rain.
And what do you like to do when you're not at school?
Mostly probably draw.
You like to draw? You're an artist? That's nice. Very nice.
Do you know who Babe Ruth is? Did you know that he came to Abington years ago?
And I forget, was he on the Yankees?
He was, but he was originally a Red Sox. But he did come to Abington and Rockland and around. He had many friends there.
What is your day at work like?
Well, nice question.
Hello, my name is Aiden.
Hello, Aiden. Nice to meet you. I'm Mr. Robbins.
What is your day at work like?
Well, nice question, Aiden. So my days can be different going from day to day, but most often the things that I have to do are check in with the building principals to see if they need help with anything. Oftentimes a parent will call in and because they have a question or they need help with something, and I can call back the parent or make a meeting with the parent. And oftentimes I meet with teachers too, because they may need help with something. And so in my conversations with teachers, I can help them figure out different ways of helping kids. And then sometimes if there's a kid who's having like a difficulty, I can actually observe them in their classroom and then talk to the teacher and figure out different ways of helping them. So, so I usually do those sorts of things during my day, although it can be different day to day.
What kind of tools do you use to work?
Okay, well the tool I use most often is probably my laptop because I do a lot of emails. Like I'll email, say, a principal, a teacher, or a parent, or someone in a different school district, and I often use the phone too. I say I use email more, but the phone is pretty common. And when I go around to different buildings, usually I bring like a notepad with me so I can take notes to myself so I don't forget later. Those are the tools I use most often.
Are you funny with the kids?
I try to be, but my jokes aren't always that funny. But when I come across a new joke, I will try to remember it and use it with as many kids as I can. The kids are usually funnier than I am, though.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
Well, because of my job, there's actually not a lot of spare time. And I have a new baby. So his name is Theo, and he's 8 months old, and he takes up a lot of my spare time. But when I'm not working, I like to spend time with my wife and my son Theo. We like to go on hikes, like go in the woods and walk up steep hills and things like that. We like to visit new cities and try new restaurants. Sometimes I like to run for exercise, and I like watching TV and movies. What do you like to do for fun?
My favorite sport is baseball.
Oh, great. Are you playing right now?
We just finished yesterday.
Oh, well, congratulations. How'd your team do?
We won the first game, but we lost the second.
Okay.
Because we were in the playoffs, and we won that, but then the championship we lost.
Okay, well, you guys came so close. That's awesome. One last question. What position do you play?
Is catcher.
Oh, okay. All right, so you're always bending down and catching the pitches? Cool. Well, that's awesome, Aiden.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for having me, Aiden. It was very nice to meet you, and I hope the rest of your summer goes well.
Could you do questions to me?
Yeah, of course. So, so you're gonna have about 1 month before you have to go back to your to school. What do you think you'll do with that time?
Go in my pool to wait.
Oh, cool. How deep is your deep end?
Is 5 feet and a half.
Whoa, can you touch the bottom?
No.
All right, yeah. Cool. Do you have any brothers or sisters?
I have one brother and one sister.
All right. Are you the oldest, middle, or youngest?
I'm the youngest.
All right. Wow. So how old are is your brother and sister?
My brother's 13 and my sister's 14.
Okay. What kind of things do you like to do with them?
With my brother, we practice. Like he throws me the ball, and we play some games with my family too.
Okay, cool. So for the rest of the summer, we know that you'll definitely be kind of like going in your pool and probably be playing some catch with your brother. And in the fall, are there any sports that you play?
Football.
Oh, really? Whoa. What position do you play in football?
Center.
Okay. So you're in the center of action in a lot of sports. You're the center in football, catcher in baseball. That's great. How long have you been playing football?
Football was 2 years.
Okay. Well, that's awesome. Well, those are the questions I have for you, Aiden. You're a very interesting kid. The questions you asked were really smart ones, and it's been a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me, Aiden.
Hi, my name's Xavier.
Nice to meet you. My name is Chief Natto from the Abington Fire Department, and thank you for having me here today for your questions.
I have a questions for you.
Okay.
Tell me about your job.
Well, to tell you about my job as the fire chief is I help run the Abington Fire Department, and all of the firefighters and the fire officers that we have that do all of the work for the people that live and visit the town of Abington. And we put fires out, and we try to prevent fires from ever happening by checking smoke detectors and making sure that the buildings are properly built together to help prevent fires. And if there is a fire, we know where all the fire hydrants are. We know where all the tools in the fire truck is, the ladders and all that, and how to use them. We do a lot of training with that. And when we're not putting fires out, we also run the town ambulance. We just talked a little bit about that in the other room, where the ambulances, if somebody's sick or hurt, we can take them to the hospital so that the doctors and nurses can try to get them back together. Those firefighters are also called paramedics when they're not being firefighters. So we're a pretty busy department for a small town like Abington.
Do you work a lot?
Do I work a lot? It seems like it. It seems like I'm not always out putting fires out or taking people to the hospital, but I'm kind of in the background making sure that the firefighters and the paramedics that do all that work have all of their equipment that they need and their training, and we're able to make them do that. It's kind of like your school principal. The principal may not teach all of the classes, but he or she's pretty busy kind of in the background making sure all of that stuff's working so the whole school works. That's kind of what a fire chief does. So we're always there's always something that we're either fixing or we're making sure that has to be fixed in the future, or the firefighters being trained. Our job is to make sure that everything's working okay, so that those that do all the work can actually get it done.
Do you have any animals at your work?
Do we have any animals at work? Unfortunately, no. We used to have a dog way back. We used to have a spotted Dalmatian. You know the movie 101 Dalmatians? They're like little white dogs, little black spots all over them. They kind of look like chocolate chip ice cream. They were kind of known as firefighter dogs because a long time ago, those dogs would keep the horses in line. Now, I never worked with horses. That's going way back. But a long, long time ago, fire trucks were pulled by horses. And they would have dogs that would kind of help keep the horses to make sure they'd know where the horses were going. So traditionally, there'd be a Dalmatian at a fire station, and some fire stations still have them. We don't have any. Our fire station's on very busy streets, and there's a lot of cars there, so it's kind of not really safe for a dog. And we don't have any cats or mice that we know of, or hamsters. Sometimes we'll see a mouse, but they're not really pets. They just kind of get in a little bit, but we shoo them back out. So we don't really have any animals at work.
What do you do in your spare time?
In my spare time? Well, I don't have a lot of spare time, but when I'm not at work, I'm usually going to I have 3 sons, and they're all very busy, so they keep us busy. They play sports. I have a son that does a lot of soccer and basketball at the high school. I have a son that does a lot of indoor climbing and stuff like that, and I have another son who's also a firefighter in another town. So we tend to go to a lot of their games and see what they're doing a lot. That takes up most of our spare time. But there's other things I like to do. I like to build things out of wood, and we have a dog, so we'll take the dog for a walk and stuff like that. But not too much exciting stuff.
How was the ladder truck built?
How was the ladder truck built? That's a great question, and we talked a little bit about this in the other room too. And I was actually very fortunate to see how the ladder truck was built. The ladder truck, which we call Tower 1, because it's got like a bucket on the end of it, and I think you said you just saw that the other day at the library. Did you get to see that and go in it? Awesome. So that ladder truck and our new fire engine, which is Engine 4, they were both built down in Louisiana by a company called Ferrara. And there's companies all over the place that build fire trucks, but this company that we chose to build our fire trucks, they're down in Louisiana, which is next to Texas. You have to fly in an airplane kind of to get there. And we get to see how they were built from when they just had the rails and the wheels on it with the engine, and then they started adding all the other stuff to it. There's a lot of stuff that goes on a ladder truck. We've got not only the ladder and all of the doors around it, all of the compartments, but there's a big fire pump on it, and there's a water tank, and there's a foam tank. There's all kinds of things that go in the engines and the ladders. So it was pretty interesting to see how that was built. I got to learn a lot from that, to see how these mechanics and engineers were able to build the trucks. It was pretty cool to see.
Very interesting. Thank you for coming today.
Well, you're absolutely welcome, and I'm glad to be able to join you. And can I have a couple of questions for you? So how do you like the Beaver Brook School? Is this a really cool school?
I don't really know if it is.
Okay. We're here today, and it's a warm day on this summer day in July, but some great questions you guys had, and I really thank you again for the opportunity to be here. Nice to meet you, Xavier. Thank you very much.
Hello, my name is McKenna. I have a few questions to ask you.
All right. Hello, McKenna. My name is Justin.
Can you tell me about your job?
Yes, I can. I run a television studio here in Abington, and we supply cameras and equipment for the community, people like yourself and Mrs. Whitman, and we help the community tell their story.
What's your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day would be helping people achieve their goals. They come to me and they say, Mr. Shanahan, we'd like to make a video. We have an opinion, and we want the community to see it. And I say, okay, well, let me help you do that.
What do you do in your spare time?
My spare time? Oh, wow. I don't have much spare time. I have 2 little girls who take up most of my time, and I just like enjoying time with them. That's what I do.
Do you have pets?
Pets. Well, I have some wild pets that are in my yard. I have a couple of bunnies. There's Roger Rabbit and Bugs Bunny. There's a duck family that lives down by the pond. We call those Gronk and Brady, and they have a bunch of little kids. And there are a family of osprey. You know what osprey are?
No.
They're these birds of prey, big birds, who fish in the ocean. So they're not really my pets, but we give them names, so I guess they're kind of my pets. Can I ask you a couple of questions, McKenna?
Yes.
What is your favorite part of the day?
Spending time with my family.
Family time. That's great. And do you have any pets?
Yes. I have 2 kittens named Indy and Lucy.
Indy and Lucy. What colors are they?
Black and white, and the other one's black and white.
Nice. Now, my last question is, do you see yourself in television anytime in the future?
No.
No? This was just something you wanted to do over the summer?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think you're doing a great job, and thank you.
You're welcome. Hello, my name is Aiden.
Hi Aiden, I'm Trooper Daley. Nice to meet you.
Can you tell me about your job?
So my job, I'm a state trooper in Massachusetts, so we respond to a variety of calls that the public calls us for, 911 calls. So it could be anywhere from a car crash on the highway, or a medical call that someone needs medical assistance, or just 911 calls we field. Every day is something different in the state police. It's a variety of calls.
How do you become a state trooper?
So to become a state trooper, you take a written exam, and then you go through the process, and then eventually, if you get selected, you go to the State Police Academy, and that's up in New Braintree, Massachusetts. And you're there for 6 months, and you have a variety of topics for training. And once you complete the training, you go to a barracks, and you get trained by another trooper, and then you eventually become a trooper, and you work at a particular barracks, and that's how you become a state trooper in Massachusetts.
How many people do you help in a day?
Every day, it's a variety. Some days we have a lot of calls. We cover beaches, and we cover the roads as well. So it could be several calls for people that are need assistance. So every day is something different. So.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to spend time with my family. I have a wife and 2 children. My daughter is your age, actually, so I'm very busy with their activities. I like to run and work out at the gym, and that's pretty much my spare time at home.
What is your favorite sport?
I love hockey. I grew up playing hockey and baseball, but I love playing hockey. I still skate once in a while. I love watching hockey, playing hockey with my son. My son is 12 years old, so I help out coaching on his team, but I love hockey. It's my favorite.
Thank you for coming.
It was nice meeting you.
Do you want us to tell me some questions?
Yeah, what do you do in your spare time, and what's your favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject is math.
Okay.
And my favorite sport is baseball.
Okay. What position in baseball do you play?
Catcher.
Catcher? Okay.
And in football, I play center.
That's great. And how old are you?
9.
9. And you're going to the 3rd grade next year? That's great. Well, I just want to thank you for having me, and it was nice meeting you.
You too.
All right. Thank you.
Hello, my name is McKenna. I have a few questions to ask you.
And my name is Mrs. Thompson, and I'm the new assistant principal at Beaver Brook Elementary School. It's nice to meet you.
Can you tell me about your job?
Well, I'm excited to be the assistant principal at Beaver Brook this year. I'm excited to meet all of the students. I help the new principal, Mr. Basta, in making our school a really fun and great place to be.
What's your favorite part of the day?
My favorite part of the day is the morning, because I'm excited to get started on a new day, and there's all kinds of great things that can happen.
How do you become an assistant principal?
Well, I was a teacher for a long time. I taught 2nd grade, and then I took a different job that was called a learning coach, where I worked with teachers to help them teach their students. And then I was a curriculum director, where I worked to bring everything that all the students in the school were going to learn and help the teachers as well. And then I decided I wanted to try to become an assistant principal, and here I am.
Do you have pets?
I do. I have a dog. His name is Finn, and he is a hound, and I rescued him from Arkansas, and I love him. He's very cuddly.
What do you like to do in your spare time?
In my spare time, I like to spend time with my family. I have 2 daughters. They're 8 and 10. And my dog, he's 3. I like to read, and I like to go to the beach, and I like to do crafts. And I have 2 questions for you. Do you have pets?
Yes. What? I have 2 cats named Andy and Lucy.
Oh, what colors are they?
Black and white and black and white.
Oh, wow. And what is your favorite thing to learn about in school?
Math.
Oh, I love math. Math is my specialty. That makes me excited.
Me too.
Good luck in 3rd grade next year.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome.
Miss Collins, I have a few questions to ask you. Can you tell me about your job?
Sure, I'd love to tell you about my job. So I am the assistant superintendent for business and finance in Abington. And so I'm in charge of all of the things that make the school operate. So I'm in charge of the buses, I'm in charge of the cafeteria, I'm in charge of all the money that we use to pay for people and things in the school. I'm in charge of making sure that everything is safe. I'm in charge of making sure that you have everything you need to learn every day.
How do you become a super?
Very good. How do you become an assistant superintendent? Very good. So you have a, well, so I'll tell you how I became an assistant superintendent. I was a teacher, and then I was a middle school assistant principal, and then I was a middle school principal, and then I became an assistant superintendent. And part of that is you have to get a certification. You have to have a certification to teach, you have to have a certification to be a principal, and then you have to have a certification from the state to be an assistant superintendent. And so then I did all of that too. Went to school for that. So I was in school for a long time.
Do you have any pets?
I do. I have a dog, and his name is Guinness, and he is 11 years old. And he's black, and he weighs about 27 pounds, so it's perfect. He can sit on my lap, and he runs around a lot, and his most favorite thing to do is chase the ball. Throw the ball, he picks it up and runs back. Throw the ball, he could do it for hours. It's his favorite thing. And he gets along with other dogs.
What do you like to do and your spare time?
That was super quiet. Can you say that again? Nice and loud.
What do you do you like to do in your spare time?
What do you like to do in your spare time? I like to travel. So I like to go and explore new places. I like to go to the beach, and my most favorite thing to do is play golf. So I spend a lot of my spare time when the weather is nice playing golf. Have you ever played golf? Yeah. Do you like it? Yeah. It's pretty fun. Any other questions? Can I ask you a couple of questions? So let's start with, what are your favorite things to do when you're not in school?
play. And swim.
Play and swim? Are you a good swimmer? I like to swim also. And what's your favorite thing to do in school?
Recess.
Who doesn't love recess? Especially when you like to play. What do you play during recess? You run around? Play kickball? Play on the sometimes? Play on the jungle gyms? Yeah. One more question. Do you have any brothers and sisters? How many? One? Are you close in age? Are you almost the same age? Because you're a
Twin.
A twin. That's pretty cool. That's great. What's your brother's name?
James.
James. Very good. Well, thank you. Thank you for interviewing me today. You did a great job. All right. Thank you.
Thank you to all our community members who stopped by for an interview.
Thank you for watching our program.
Enjoy the rest of your summer.